Hello Die Rollers and welcome back to another episode of Night of the Living Dead. This is the 8th mission and I'll be honest, I am dreading it not because this is like, oh, it's going to be difficult or maybe, it'll be challenging. It's because it's just another traveling level. So level 6 was very much just a literal walk, just a walk in the park. It was so easy. And this 8th mission is essentially the same kind of thing. We've got to find Johnny's car, so we're going to be going from one tile to another tile to another tile, and probably finishing this in about 15 minutes if the last one was anything to go by. We found Ghoul Johnny and finally put him to rest. Barbara found a final gift waiting for her in his pocket, his car keys. She remembers crashing it into a tree before running to the house. Odds are the engine can still be started, and Johnny's ride may be what gets us away from all the horror.
So here we are back for Zombicide, and we are playing Johnny's car. And the objective of this is we've got to get to Johnny's car and clean the cemetery. The game is won as soon as these conditions are met simultaneously. All survivors are standing on tile 6V at the end of a player's phase. There are no ghouls on tile 6V, and there's a driver in Johnny's car. So this is another traveling one where we've only got 2 tiles to begin with, but we're going to be adding new tiles on as the game progresses. And the last tile we get to is 6V itself. Zombies are going to be spawning as long as the tile has at least 1 survivor on it. Its corner exterior zones are considered spawn zones. So essentially, we're going to be having, so as long as there's at least 1 person on here, this, and this are going to spawn zombies. So yeah, so essentially we all kind of begin in this area here, and we're going to begin our first search action. We can search in any deck, so we can search in the ranged, the melee, or the house deck for items. And I just think we're just going to start pegging it, because I think for these missions the best strategy is just keep on your feet running as quickly as possible, because we are soon going to be getting absolutely overwhelmed by zombies. Hopefully, the last one where I was traveling, scenario 6, was a doddle, so I'm hoping this will be a bit tougher. Okay, so Barbara's going to go first, and Barbara, she's armed with a table leg, so we're going to go for a ranged weapon, and she finds an Ithaca M37. That's the first action. She's got a pretty cool gun there, so we're going to move her there for the next action. Next, Ben. Ben is going to search for a ranged weapon as well, and he finds a sword off. And he's also going to move just there. Next, Harry, he's got a crowbar that does 2 damage. So we're going to search the ranged weapon, and he finds a Winchester 94 in there, which is pretty handy. And of course, Harry is also going to move out here. Helen's next. We're going to get her a ranged weapon, and she gets a sawed-off shotgun. And she's also moving out here. Next is Tom. Tom is going to search in the ranged deck also. He finds an Uzi, which is probably one of my least favorite weapons in there. And then he's going to move out here. And then Judy is going to... Yeah, Judy's also going to... she's going to grab something from the ranged as well, I guess. And she also finds a sawed-off shotgun. So she's going to move out there for her second action there, and then she's going to trade with Helen. So Helen has got 2 sawed-off shotguns, which, yeah, is a pretty cool way to be. So we're going to start spawning. So above them over here, we have got 1 fatty, because we're currently on blue zone difficulty. Right next to them at the top right, nothing appears there, which is very handy for us. And then finally, we have another nothing. So far, so good. So we're going to start off with Barbara again. So she's going to move 1, 2. Now, as soon as I put somebody onto one of these boards, I have to add another tile to it. So the next random tile is this one here. And they say they don't have to line up. But it kind of frustrates me that this one is the next one, because... I kind of want it to line up, but there's no possible way that can line up. We're just going to have it that way. So that was the second action. Third action is going to be to move there. And you know what? Like last time, everyone is just going to follow suit. So we're going to have everyone coming onto this space here. Now, this tile here is going to disappear during the end zone. So there's no point really moving that fatty because he's not actually going to do any damage to us. But you know what? We're gonna go through the motion. So this guy moves forward. We then spawn. So just up here, we spawn a breaker. Up here, we spawn another breaker. Just down here, we spawn 3 walkers. And just down here, we spawn 1 breaker. Now we're only spawning stuff on this particular tile because this is the only one with survivors on it. So now it goes over to the next part of this, which is we're going to run again, because honestly, there's no point us shooting and fighting these things when we can just outrun them. So Barbara is leading the way. 1, 2, 3. We're on this space here. And oh, sorry, the end phase, I had to remove this tile. Tiles are removed from the board as soon as there's no survivor on it during an end phase. Any remaining ghouls on these tiles are removed as well. No XP gained. So this one's gone. We're going to shuffle these guys along this way. And she's moved 3 spaces, which means we put another random board down. And this time we have this kind of like foresty. Some woods there, little trail, little burning funeral pyre even. Right, and everyone's going to follow suit, so everyone is just on the same space here. There's no point attacking. We may as well just run, guys, because, well, why would you attack when they're just going to keep coming? So we have a breaker here and a breaker there. These walkers move in here. This breaker moves there, and then we spawn. So at the top over here, we have nothing. Next, top right, we have nothing again. Next, we have 3 fatties just below them. And then down here, we find 3 walkers. I'll just grab the 3 walkers off of the other map because these guys is the end phase, so they're gone. Okay, so guess what? We're running again. So all of my guys are running onto this space here. And as soon as we do that, we place a new tile. And we've got this tile here. Zombies activate, so these ghouls move onto this space here. And then we spawn, so at the top left, we have nothing. Top right, we have nothing. Bottom left, we have nothing. And then we have 3 fatties just over here. So this tile is removed because it's after the end phase. We're then going to shuffle these guys over this way. And Barbara, lead the way. 1, 2, 3. So as soon as she's on there, we are going to reveal the final tile. And it's this one here. And this final tile has Johnny's car on it. So the end is in sight. She's found the car that should, well, I guess it should actually be facing that way because she crashed it into a tree. So let's say the car is facing like that, but it's on that tile there. So of course, all of the other survivors come and join her over here. These fatties managed to make it onto this space. Nothing happens in blue zone. We get 1 fatty up the top. Oh, sorry, 1 fatty there even. Then bottom left, we have 1 fatty here as well. And then bottom right, we have 3 fatties. So we've got most of the fatties out. So they're just in this kind of cornfield over here. This tile's gone, and that's it for moving things around now. We are finally at the very last phase. And this is a bit better because we can't just walk through here because of how I've put that tile. We actually do have to, yeah, we do actually have to like follow this along. So, now, the thing about these fatties being here is we can't actually attack them in there. The only one who can is actually Ben. He's the only one who's got the ability to do that. He doesn't have a weapon which does 2 damage. So the first thing that's going to happen is Barbara, who's on the same space, is going to swap the sword off that he has with an Ithaca M37. So he's now got the Ithaca M37, so he can actually shoot into those crops. So we're going to move... Sorry, we're going to move Barbara into here for her second action. Next, we are going to... Well, actually, we could have been clever. We could have used Harry's taunt to get them to come closer to us. Never mind. So we're now going to get Ben. Ben is going to move 1, 2. Then Ben is going to shoot into this zone with the Ithaca. He's got it 4 or more. And you know what? I knew he was going to fail. So he misses. We're going to get Tom to move up there. And everyone else is also going to move into this zone here. Zombies activate. Okay, so now we're spawning. This is where things could go wrong for us. So in the top left, we have 3 walkers. Top right, we have nothing. Well, that's a shame because that basically was the thing that was going to stop us, really. Bottom right, we've got... Oh, sorry, bottom left is nothing happens. And then we also have nothing down the bottom right. So for free, Tom is going to activate first, and he's going to shove this fatty into Barbara's zone. He's then going to move 1, 2, 3. We're then going to move Barbara, who is Slippy. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3 into that area there. We're then going to move Ben into there, and Ben is going to then move again. And he's going to stay here. We're 1, 2, 3 over here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so zombies move. Unfortunately, all these guys are going to be gone now during the end phase. So essentially, this is gone. This is our last tile. So spawning top left, we have 3 walkers. I was hoping there'd be a little better than walkers, but hey, never mind. So we've got 3 walkers there. Top right, we have nothing. Bottom left, nothing happens. Bottom right, we have 1 breaker. Okay, so we just need to get 1 driver in here and clear out all of these people. So Barbara is going to start with the table leg. We don't want to use the sawn off in there in case we hit Ben. So she's going to start with that. She gets a 6, so she clabbers 1 over the head. She gets another 1, which is a 3, and she needs to get a 4. And for her last action, she's going to move out of there. Which means Ben is next, and he's going to use his Ithaca to try and shoot these guys. He got a 4 and a 2, so one of them gets them. And a 4 and a 1, so he gets another 1. Judy's going to come down here, 1, 2, and she's going to try and shoot this guy. She needs to get 3 or more. And a 5, so this guy's gone. And then we're going to get, Tom's going to go 1 in here, 2 to get into driving the car, and we have finished scenario 8.
Another disappointing episode of this, I'm afraid. It was pretty straightforward. It was a cakewalk. If I have made some mistakes, then please let me know in the comments below, because I'd love that I've made mistakes for this, because otherwise it is just clearly hasn't been play tested, which is such a shame, because the rest of the game is really good. I love the Ramiro and Zombicide modes. I really enjoy that kind of the thing they do there. And overall, it's a nice little game, but this 6th and 8th mission have just really soured my taste for this game. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe to our various different social media offerings. So there's Instagram, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. And until next time, guys, stay safe and keep rolling.